This is a story of how I became a tailwind CSS YouTuber. It all started back in 2018 when I got my first ever smartphone, and that's about 6 years now at the time of recording this video. Well, I was a very curious little kid. I wanted to know how everything worked. I got so curious one time that I nearly destroyed the phone. Well, let's say that didn't go well. Well, back then, I also thought I could fix anything that was broken. In the house, I tried fixing stuff that was broken, and almost every time, I end up breaking it more, costing my parents more money to fix it. But this curiosity was also a good thing for me, because it led me to discover the world of development. Again, I became curious how mobile apps and websites work. Why does a button I click, why does it work? Why is this website so beautiful? How was this website styled? I asked myself some of these questions out of curiosity. Well, I wanted to know more, so I downloaded an app called Memo. When I was making research on how to code, I came across this app called Memo. It was the first ever development app I ever downloaded. Well, Memo is not sponsoring this video, but I wish they are, because I'm like a real life testimony of their mobile app. But like every other developer, I started suffering for too much information. I wanted to learn everything I saw on the app: Python, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and so on. And I was really lost. Well, after 3 years, I started focusing more on coding. I started paying more attention on programming, and I started coding almost daily and learning almost every single day. Well, through this, I actually discovered I'm a very good backend developer. So naturally, I just focused on backend stuff, working with MongoDB, node.js, and a bunch of other tools as well. And I was really good at it, and I really enjoyed it. But once in a while, I would do a CSS project, a front-end project, and it wasn't really my thing. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I also did it anyways. So after some times, I wanted to challenge myself to actually learn front-end development, and then I started learning CSS, HTML, started from the basic again. But I kind of skipped CSS because I didn't really like it that much. So not until I actually discovered tailwind CSS. After discovering tailwind CSS, I was like, wow, I've been missing out a lot on front-end development. So I started to learn tailwind CSS. It didn't really take me a long time to learn. It took me about a week to master the basics of tailwind CSS. But as you know, as the year goes by, I keep learning more stuff about tailwind CSS. But to learn the basic took me just about a week, which is the fastest time I've ever learned to use any new tool that I came across. And from there on, I really enjoyed tailwind CSS. Right now, I'm still a backend developer, but I can call myself a full stack developer because I work with front end and also work with backend. But yeah, tailwind CSS has really helped me a lot from traditional CSS. Now, I'm not saying traditional CSS is bad, but it's also good to know the basics as well. My advice to anyone watching this video is, if you are going to learn tailwind CSS, I would advise you to learn the basics, because tailwind CSS cannot do every single thing a traditional CSS can do. Sometimes you still have to fall back to traditional CSS a little bit, to help the tailwind CSS work better. So if you're watching this video, it's good you learn traditional CSS first before you move into tailwind CSS.